People who use sneaky tactics can often be identified by three signs. Truth and deceit are hard to discern, and people's intentions can be unpredictable. Everyone wants to live a better life and get along with those around them. However, building close relationships with everyone is complex. Especially at work, we often encounter some colleagues who scheme and manipulate behind the scenes to achieve their goals. In life, we may also meet people who are ready to scheme for their own benefit without regard for others. To make your path smoother, you must learn to recognize these scheming individuals around you. In fact, people who often engage in the following three behaviors are usually very calculating. 1. Talking badly about others behind their back. In life, we always encounter some calculating people who talk badly about others behind their backs, offering subjective judgments and opinions. In reality, these people aim to destroy your relationships with others, making them worse. By doing this, they believe they can appear stronger and more capable in your eyes, making you think they are smart and insightful. If they can talk badly about others in front of you, they might also speak ill of you to others. So be careful when sharing personal details like salary, bonuses, or family matters with such individuals. When you encounter people who manipulate or badmouth others, it's best to stay as far away from them as possible. They're only interested in achieving their own goals at the expense of others, and they can do the same to you if you're not careful. The longer you stay around them, the more they might take advantage of you. 2. Constantly competing and undermining others. At work, we often meet people who always like to compete and undermine others to attract attention and prove they are better. They are ready to put others down to get ahead. They like to oppose and always want to do the opposite of others to get noticed. When you encounter such people at work, don't think they are just strong personalities or smarter than others. Their relentless competition over even the smallest things tends to make everyone around them dislike them. They thrive on conflict and opposition as a way to draw attention, fearing that otherwise no one would notice them. If you meet someone like this, be very cautious. You shouldn't get too close to them unless you want to invite trouble. 3. Engaging in behind-the-scenes tricks. In life and at work, there are always some people who like to use tricks and schemes behind the scenes to achieve their goals. They are ready to pursue their own interests without caring about the impact on others. At work, some people may appear very smart in the eyes of management. Outwardly, they seem nice, but they also have their own tricks. They avoid offending leaders by knowing they aren't really up to par. They use small maneuvers to gain favor with the leadership, such as speaking ill of colleagues, blaming others, always playing the victim, and even taking credit for others' work to benefit themselves. These people only care about their own interests, wanting to receive but not willing to give. If you have such people around you, you must be wary and cautious when interacting with them. Even if their schemes don't directly affect you now, someday, for their own benefit, they will easily exploit and manipulate you to achieve their goals. 2. Smart people use these three methods to handle being treated unfairly. There's an old saying that goes, "Endure one thing, and 9 good things will come." In life, we encounter all sorts of people, and often their true nature isn't immediately visible. While it's said that human nature is inherently good, it's still hard to predict at times. Some people might appear innocent and kind on the outside, but have ulterior motives behind your back. It's not always possible to judge someone as good or bad just by their appearance. It depends more on their actions and attitudes in life. As we go through life, we'll meet both helpful and harmful people. There's a saying, "Guard against the honest, not the deceitful," because a slight detail can distinguish a noble person from a petty one. Therefore, if someone intends to harm you, sometimes you can't avoid it. So when you're wronged, The first thing to do isn't to retaliate, but to follow these 3 steps. 1. Stabilize your emotions. In any situation, staying calm should be a priority. Only then can we think clearly and make rational decisions. If emotions are unstable, everything else may falter. It's challenging to please everyone in this world. We can't stop someone who intends to harm us, so the best solution is to learn how to handle it when it happens. Stay calm and reassess the situation to find a solution. A truly smart person won't fall for provocations and lose self-control. 2. Don't retaliate. Some people cling to you the more you care about them. Blindly fighting such people can only bring trouble upon yourself. When wronged and hurt, many choose to react with anger and revenge. However, revenge can bring unforeseen dangers. Before acting, ask yourself, would I truly be happy if the other person ended up in the same situation? Or would I just be stooping to their level? As the saying goes, endure one thing and 9 good things will come. When you find out someone has schemed against you, sometimes it's enough just to know about it without intervening or responding. Living well, even better than before, is the best revenge. It's not about being weak. It's about being smart and avoiding greater risks. In any relationship, there can be calculations and ill will. We don't need to worry too much. The most important thing is to protect our own interests and live our lives well. 3. Maintain a proper distance. Sometimes, fighting with someone is pointless. Some people don't deserve your time, and focusing on them can drain you. Instead, maintaining a simple and unargumentative attitude is the best way to live. Life inevitably involves calculations and hurt. When you suffer, you must know to keep your distance to avoid further damage. Our lives are filled with many experiences, good and bad, which are the results of how we treat the world. No matter how well you live, there will always be people who don't like you. When dealing with deceitful people, you can choose to avoid or confront them, but always keep your limits and principles. Don't go overboard. Otherwise, the lessons learned could be more tragic than those you teach others. 3. Implementing 2 principles from The Art of War by Sun Tzu, changing your fate can be as easy as flipping your hand. The art of war isn't just for the battlefield. It also contains 2 fundamental principles that can help ordinary people change their lives. Becoming wealthy isn't hard. It just takes the right approach. Some say that reading Sun Tzu's The Art of War can enlighten and strengthen your life. As a military book from thousands of years ago, Sun Wu, an exceptional Chinese military strategist, captured the essence of military tactics in his work. But a careful read reveals that beyond its battlefield applications, the book offers 2 basic logics that can help ordinary people change their lives. 1. The basic logic of success. Choosing wisely is more important than effort, and the wise know when to adjust the sails. The Art of War states, the skilled warrior seeks the strategic advantage. An individual's capabilities are limited, and there's much we can't do alone. Thus, those truly powerful know how to borrow strength, meaning leveraging the right circumstances. In the foreign TV series Storm Surge, the character Chao Ki Kwong, originally a fish seller, was being extorted for protection money. To rid himself of the extortionists, Chao Ki Kwong deliberately became closer to a police officer named An Han. The extortionists, thinking An Han was related to the police chief, treated Chao Ki Kwong with great respect. Chao Ki Kwong happily used his relationship with the police to protect himself. In The Art of War, it is said, a rolling stone on top of a mountain will inevitably fall, and it is difficult to stop. This is strategic advantage. Timing is everything and difficult to counter. Learning to utilize timing and overcome bigger challenges with smaller efforts allows us to surpass our individual limits and achieve greater results with less effort. Cao was also a master of using timing to his advantage. Despite starting his career late with few resources, he knew how to use the emperor's mandate to command the lords, borrowing the emperor's authority to win people's allegiance and issue orders. The lords lost their opportunity while he surged ahead. Thanks to his strategic thinking, he established the Wei dynasty. The ancients were right. Adjust the sails with the wind. Even when diligently digging a well, one must be aware of the timing to take advantage. Choosing wisely is more important than hard work. By following the right timing and leveraging others' strength, one can make significant leaps in life. 2. The basic logic in relationships. Water lifts boats high, people lift each other up. Together, we kindle a stronger flame. Stefan Zweig once said, "It's hard for one person to face all the hardships of life alone. Therefore, we need others' help, and we should also help them." A single tree doesn't make a forest, but 3 trees together make a mountain. Moving forward together, united in purpose, benefits both sides. This is the mindset of the wise. In the movie Storm Surge, the character Chao Ki-kwang understood this principle better than anyone. A friend, recently released from prison and disregarded by his family and even his ex-wife, was given a fish stall by Chao Ki-kwang, who also found him a place to live, helping him stabilize his life. This friend was extremely grateful and trusted him unconditionally. Another friend, sentenced to 6 years in prison, was anxious about whether Chao Ki-kwang would still accept him upon release. In the end, he was gifted an arcade, earning millions every month. Wealth attracts people. When it disperses, so do they. Chao Ki-kwang, despite having committed some wrongdoings, was always fiercely loyal by those who had stood by him. The Art of War says, "Heavenly timing is less significant than geographical advantage, and geographical advantage is less than unity among people." No matter how talented or opportune the moment, it's less significant than having a reliable group by your side. Zheng Guofan, a renowned Chinese scholar, once came to Jiangxi to train troops and, due to his arrogance, alienated many. Despite his immense talent, he struggled in the bureaucratic world. Fighting alone not only failed to train his troops effectively, but he also nearly lost his life. Land supports each other to form walls. People support each other to become kings. People are like vines, surviving through others. They must cling to others and also draw strength from this connection. By managing relationships well and fostering quality connections, a person can secure a strong social standing and sail smoothly through life. No matter how the world changes, the basic logics of society and human nature remain constant. And understanding the nature of things is what determines a person's future.
If you like this video, please comment 1. And if you don't, comment 2. Your feedback means a lot to us. Thank you for your valuable time.
4. Overcoming adversity with Jewish wisdom. Despite being a people who have faced numerous hardships and lived scattered around the world, Jewish people are globally recognized as some of the smartest and most capable. Interestingly, they make up only about 0.2% of the global population, but control up to 70% of the world's wealth, 50% of the Nobel Prizes in economics, and 30% of the Oscars. This success didn't just happen by chance. Jewish people follow a set of principles to regain their spirits and overcome difficulties when life throws them into tough situations. These principles include 3 key rules. 1. Don't complain, stay optimistic. Everyone's life is a process of self-improvement. Just because you see others without difficulties doesn't mean their lives are easier. Compared to the tumultuous lives of great figures, your problems might not be as negative as you think. The important thing when facing hardships is not to wallow in negativity and complain about your misfortunes. Complaining solves nothing and only surrounds you with negative energy. If you stay in this state of mind too long, not only will you fail to overcome adversity, but you'll be lucky if you don't sink further. Life is a reflection of your inner self and will keep changing. Everything that happens in your life results from your mindset. People who are always happy and lucky are not favored by fate, but are skilled at managing stress and turning difficulties into motivation while maintaining an optimistic outlook. Your mindset determines your mood and how you behave in different situations. 2. The most important person in your life is yourself. Many people believe that luck, fate, or meeting the right person can determine success. Because of this belief, they often wait for chance or others' help to achieve their goals. However, whether you succeed or fail, whether life is smooth or full of obstacles depends largely on you. Life is like a rock. It can be polished into a shining gem or left to gather moss based on your decisions. Life isn't smooth. It's filled with challenges and obstacles for everyone. Only those who never give up and persevere through difficulties get to enjoy the sweet fruits of their labor. No one is born knowing everything or capable of doing everything. All your skills and resilience need to be honed over time. People who give up at the first sign of trouble or complain about their fate when faced with difficulties will forever remain in a lower status, never possessing the strength to dream of success. 3. Change your mindset. In reality, the more difficulties you face, the more opportunities there are. However, in such situations, many people choose to sink into despair and stagnate. At times like these, it's crucial to change your thinking. Find the best methods and mindsets to overcome the difficulties. It's often said that a person's attitude determines the heights they can reach in life. To judge a person, look at how effectively they handle their responsibilities and, importantly, how they deal with challenges. So no matter how dire your current situation may seem, you can always learn from the boiling water mindset of Jewish people to overcome adversity. 5. Smart people. Don't brag about these 3 things at a party. A party is usually a place to mingle and connect with others. Here, you can meet various types of people from all walks of life. However, if you're inexperienced and can't tell the difference between genuine folks and the insincere ones, your actions or words might offend someone or lead to unpleasant situations. At parties, some people tend to brag when they're having fun or just speaking casually, but the more they boast, the more their flaws become apparent. This is a bad habit. Trying to cover up to appear glorious only shows a lack of understanding. Therefore, at a party, everyone should learn to control their thoughts and words to avoid trouble. Specifically, you should avoid bragging about the following 3 things, as it could bring down your luck and create negative talk about you. 1. Bragging about your ambitions. While most of us have ambitions and goals, sharing them with others isn't always wise. Some believe that discussing their goals will lead to advice and help, making success easier. However, revealing your plans often reduces the likelihood of achieving them. Wise people keep their ambitions to themselves and work quietly, avoiding attention and even ridicule in case of failure. 2. Bragging about personal achievements. The aim of those who brag is often to receive praise and adulation. However, not everything should be shared for discussion, including your achievements. Everyone has different strengths. Being good in one area doesn't mean you excel at everything. Truly skilled individuals don't need to show off. People already recognize their capabilities. In contrast, those who lack competence tend to showcase themselves to seek validation. Instead of earning respect, this often turns them into a joke among others. 3. Bragging about wealth. When some people come into some wealth, they get dazzled by the glitz and glamour of affluence and don't hesitate to display their wealth for admiration. However, in reality, those of lower class tend to show off their riches to satisfy their vanity, while truly wealthy individuals never intentionally flaunt their wealth. Truly wealthy people, no matter how proud they are of their riches, would not foolishly discuss their wealth at a party. They are content and understand that money isn't something to display. They know that bragging only attracts jealousy and envy. If targeted by those with bad intentions, it could lead to unnecessary trouble and compromise their safety. If asked about their income, smart people know how to tactfully avoid revealing specific figures without offending the inquirer. Thus, avoid becoming friends with people who like to flaunt their wealth. You are not inferior, so don't demean yourself to satisfy frivolity. Associating with those who chase vanity might soon make you as shallow as they are. 6. 3 gifts that show true wisdom. Asking for help is a common part of life. Nearly everyone does it at least once. However, knowing how to ask for help wisely, benefiting both yourself and pleasing others, is a rare skill. Instead of spending money and energy on meals and physical gifts, wise people often show their gratitude and sincerity in more subtle ways. 1. Giving emotional value. Giving emotional value means using your expressions to convey and provide emotional satisfaction to others, making them feel comfortable emotionally. This strengthens the bond in the relationship and shows genuine care and concern. A positive attitude and optimism can uplift others, helping them feel energized and joyful. You can also offer understanding, comfort, and encouragement when they face difficulties or challenges. Listening to their needs, questions, and emotions, and then providing the emotional support they need lets them feel valued, understood, and respected. Sharing moments of joy, happiness, and success with them helps build emotional connections and experiences. Emotional value is crucial in social relationships. By providing this, we can develop deeper, more meaningful, and sincere relationships, enhancing trust, cooperation, and emotional support. 2. Giving non-material resources. Why is giving resources better than material gifts? First, resources can be our expertise, skills, experience, or the networks and relationships we have. These resources are practical and beneficial. They can help others solve problems or achieve their goals. In contrast, gifts are often temporary pleasures and may not provide long-term practical help. Second, giving resources can have long-lasting benefits. The value of resources does not diminish over time, offering more opportunities and advantages to the recipient. By providing useful resources, we can enhance their capabilities, knowledge, and opportunities, building a stronger partnership for the future. Moreover, it allows us to demonstrate our expertise and value. When we provide resources related to our area of expertise, others will recognize our skills. This increases the chances they will seek us for collaboration in the future, which is beneficial for building our reputation and professional influence. Therefore, when we need a favor, consider offering resources to show our sincerity. This not only helps the other party solve their problems, but also establishes a good cooperative relationship, bringing more opportunities and benefits for us in the future. 3. Giving sincerity. Sincerity is a crucial factor in building good relationships. When we ask for help with sincerity, the other party can usually feel it and is more willing to help enthusiastically. On the other hand, if we are insincere or dishonest when asking for help, we might ruin the relationship, creating doubt and distrust. They might still help, but it will be reluctant and not fully committed, leading to potential failure in our endeavors. However, being sincere doesn't mean we can ignore other factors. When asking for help, we also need to clearly state our needs, provide full information and reasons, and respect the interests and opinions of the other party. In summary, asking for help doesn't necessarily mean giving gifts or inviting someone to dinner. Instead, you can express your gratitude and sincerity by giving emotional value, resources, and heartfelt sincerity. This approach not only achieves the goals you desire, but also builds positive relationships between individuals. Therefore, when we need help from others, let's learn to express our gratitude in smarter ways. If you find these stories inspiring and they motivate you to take action, please comment 9. If not, comment 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Thank you for your valuable time. 7. 3 timeless principles for navigating life's challenges. 1. Stay calm during adversity. Life is full of challenges, and staying calm isn't always easy. When you face adversity, remember it's a choice to either lose your temper or keep your cool. For example, when a couple's car accidentally flips over, the husband checks that his wife is okay, laughs off the incident, and suggests taking a photo to remember this bizarre moment. In contrast, reacting angrily could worsen the situation. The key is to stay calm, figure out what went wrong, and look for solutions without getting upset. 2. Don't panic when facing change. Life doesn't always go smoothly, and how we adapt to changes can define our success. Consider a story from ancient China where a father tests his son's reactions to a broken valuable gem. Only the second son remains calm, understanding that panicking won't fix the broken gem. Similarly, in a modern example, a pilot manages to land a plane safely after a severe in-flight incident. Staying composed in the face of unexpected changes is crucial. 3. Avoid arguing when falsely accused. Everyone faces criticism or false accusations at some point. It's important not to get disturbed or defensive. Historically, a Chinese scholar, despite being slandered, focused on improving himself and sharing his ideas without concerning himself with public criticism. Maintaining integrity and not letting others' negativity affect you is vital. Like clouds that can't block the sun, rumors and slander can't overshadow a person's true character. Stay polite and composed, even in the face of criticism. 8. 3 signs of low emotional intelligence and how to improve. 1. Putting yourself above others by putting them down. I remember a story about a freshman college student, let's call her A. On her first day, since A was new to the city and not familiar with fashion trends, she wasn't dressed in style. Her roommate B immediately commented, "You look like you don't know how to dress. We've been using designer brands since we were kids." Even though B wasn't directly insulting, it was clear that she was putting down A to boast about herself. Soon after, not just A, but all the roommates started avoiding B because they felt she was disrespectful and didn't listen to others. Another friend mentioned that B might actually be insecure, often belittling others to elevate herself. This behavior is a classic sign of low emotional intelligence, EQ. Remember, undermining others does not actually elevate your worth. Additionally, it only serves to widen the gap between you and others, diminishing how others perceive you. 2. Interrupting others. There's a saying, when someone speaks, someone else should listen. This reflects the desire everyone has to express their views and be heard respectfully. Interrupting someone while they're speaking can make them feel disrespected and might even lead them to question their own worth. Would you like it if someone cut you off mid-sentence? Many justify their poor behavior by saying things like, "I didn't mean to interrupt, but he was too boring," or She was long-winded, I needed to speed things up to do other work. This might sound reasonable, but it's only from your perspective. Instead of cutting people off, try more polite ways of steering the conversation, such as, I have urgent work. Can we get to the main point? Or, sorry, I think we should approach this topic differently. This way, you state your needs without spoiling the mood. 3. Refusing to learn. Intelligent people express their opinions constructively, eager to learn and accept new ideas, which makes interactions pleasant. However, those with low EQ often argue endlessly and deny others' opinions completely. Confidence is great, but blind optimism can hinder your progress. Instead of being stubborn, carefully consider if there's truth to what others are advising. Adjusting your approach when necessary is essential. A survival tip to remember is always be open to learning. Keep updating your knowledge and skills, and take lessons from those with more experience. Not only will this make you well-liked, but it will also lead to success in your career and life. 9. Recognizing false wisdom, identifying pretentious intelligence, and embracing genuine self-love. 1. Smart people use their heads to speak, not just their mouths. Deep waters run slow, wise people speak less. Only fools use their mouths as weapons to defend themselves. 2. Genius scientist Albert Einstein once said, "Any fool can make things bigger, more complex, and more violent. It takes a touch of genius and a lot of courage to move in the opposite direction." 3. From the perspective of Martha GUåçI, a freelance writer who focuses on positive psychology, self-help, and personal development on the IdeaPod website, she identifies 10 unmistakable signs of fools pretending to be smart. Intelligence is like the sun. You really can't hide it. If you're like me, you've probably met these people in person or through social media. They pretend to be smart when deep down they are not. These individuals can be really annoying, and recognizing them through these traits can help you avoid frustration and reduce contact. 1. Short-sightedness. People who think they are smart often look for immediate satisfaction. Yes, it's great to embrace each day, but considering long-term visions is also crucial. 2. Lack of critical thinking skills. When you have critical thinking and self-reflection, you often evaluate your actions to see if they align with your principles. 3. Using grandiose language. Uninformed people often boast excessively about themselves to appear smart. They choose bombastic words and jargon to make you think they are intelligent. 4. Constantly bragging about their intelligence. Foolish people often let everyone know how smart they think they are. 5. Dominating conversations. A person who always sees themselves as the center of the universe in a conversation is someone who takes control and makes themselves the focus of discussion. 6. Not learning from mistakes. Uninformed individuals do not care much about improving their character, becoming more reliable, or striving to better themselves. 7. Inconsistency. Lacking basic principles and an inability to commit to a task are two traits that define an uninformed person. 8. Judgmental and manipulative. Uninformed people rarely compliment others and do not think carefully about the judgments they pass on others. They use defamation to climb the social ladder. 9. Not listening and being overconfident about past mistakes. Foolish people pretending to be smart nurture a high sense of false confidence. They always believe that everything will go their way. 10. Rudeness. Lastly, fools pretending to be smart often lack politeness and have a habit of berating, demeaning, or mocking others. Love yourself first and everything else will fall into place. Focusing on loving yourself first might sound selfish or narcissistic, but it's not. The issue is not about believing you are better than others or accepting things about yourself that genuinely need change. It's about developing a healthy relationship and nurturing yourself, understanding the various nuances of your own identity, and showing the level of care and intimacy that we often reserve for others. 10. Smart people. Always refuse to help in these 5 situations. There's a saying, intelligence is a talent, being good is a choice. Choosing to be good is commendable, and selectively being kind to others is both noble and proper. However, if you are good-hearted, you also need to know how to protect yourself. If you want to give, make sure it's to the right people. In life, there are 5 types of help that are very dangerous, and no matter how kind you are, you should not offer help in these cases, or you'll only bring trouble upon yourself. 1. Going beyond your capabilities. It's great to have a good heart, but even good deeds need limits. Help within your abilities and don't force yourself, especially if it means both you and the other person end up suffering. Sometimes the saying, "too much of anything is bad," really does apply. 2. Hurting others. If helping someone means hurting another, then it's better not to rush into it. Sometimes, even well-intended actions can end up causing harm. 3. Making major decisions for others. The biggest regrets are often summarized by "what I could have done." Avoid influencing others' major life decisions. Let them take responsibility for their choices to avoid future regrets. 4. Involving money. Being kind-hearted can sometimes prevent you from seeing the bad in others. People with pure intentions can be exploited by those with ulterior motives. Help others in distress, but always be cautious. 5. Unacknowledged and unappreciated. Help. When your help is taken for granted, don't feel guilty for refusing further help. Your kindness should not be abused. In conclusion, always be mindful of the help you offer. It's essential to maintain a balance, ensuring that your assistance is truly beneficial and not a source of further complications. 11. Smart people. Know how to hide 3 things to avoid drama. Everyone gets angry, but don't let it take over your soul and turn into hatred. Life's path is not completely drawn and controlled by us. However, our choices are the reasons, and each reason leads to a corresponding outcome. As we grow up, we realize that many troubles and joys in life come from our own actions. They don't just happen by chance. Therefore, when someone uses their experiences well to produce good outcomes, they are truly mature. In communication, not everyone deserves your sincere treatment. Some are jealous, some are greedy, and some just haven't experienced much of life. Those with high emotional intelligence cleverly avoid these issues and hide the following 3 things. 1. Conceal hurt. In this world, everyone carries some emotional wounds. Some people are open about them, seeking understanding and care. Others keep them very hidden, afraid of being exposed. Some accept loneliness as a normal state and, believing there is no genuine empathy in the world, hide their wounds and heal alone without sharing their feelings. After all, who doesn't crave recognition from the outside world? Who wants their flaws to be exposed? However, your wounds cannot trade for others' sympathy or pity. Some less empathetic people might think you are weak and incompetent. Discussing your troubles and sadness with such people can lead to more pain. Many might mock your failures and gossip about your worries. Therefore, smart people know to keep a way out for themselves, not sharing everything. Hiding and healing wounds and improving oneself is how successful people survive. 2. Hide anger. In life, we all have moments of losing emotional control. No one is perfect. Everyone has their quirks and flaws, and life isn't always smooth. However, those who want happiness must manage their emotions and not let them dominate. It's wise to know that sometimes others might embarrass or hurt you, but not holding grudges or hatred is the true sign of intelligence. Anger is natural, but don't let it consume your soul and turn into hatred. Hatred can erode one's spirit, making it hard to find happiness and change one's nature. You may get angry when things don't go as planned, but don't hold on to it for too long, and certainly don't let others know. Find ways to manage your emotions and think more positively to find solutions. This is the way of the wise. 3. Conceal ambition. Everyone has ambitions, but don't let them run wild or become extreme. For fame and gain, some risk everything, disregarding morals and principles, often hurting others for their own benefit. Remember, too much of anything is bad. When ambition harms others, it's no longer right. When unable to fulfill your desires, people can change completely. Hence, we must learn to cultivate our morals. Don't flaunt your ambitions just for show or bragging rights. In interactions, don't be too arrogant and don't publicly display your wealth and status, as it might lead to jealousy and malice from others. At some point, you won't need others' recognition to feel confident, and that means you have matured. Smart people know how to take care of themselves and hide these 3 things to lead a peaceful and smooth-sailing life.
If you like this video, please comment 1. And if you don't, comment 2. Your feedback means a lot to us. Thank you for your valuable time.
12. Harmonious families keep these 2 things private. There's a saying, when meeting someone, hold back a bit, as you can't reveal your whole heart. Adult relationships are incredibly delicate. The worst thing is to give your trust carelessly and to speak without knowing when to stop. To maintain family harmony, it's wise to keep these 2 things private. 1. The family's wealth. Don't brag. A young woman shared a story on GUåçI, a Q&A and confession platform, about her uncle who posted pictures of his newly purchased house on social media with the caption, "New home." The post got a lot of likes and comments, mostly from people he hadn't spoken to in years. They left comments like, "Beautiful house. Where did you buy it? How much per square foot? Did you pay in full or take a loan?" Her uncle replied, "I made a down payment and am paying the rest in installments. It's stressful managing finances at my age with such a big mortgage." The woman was puzzled because she knew the house was paid for in full and was located in an expensive area. Why was her uncle complaining? But she realized from her uncle's response that rarely does anyone genuinely rejoice at others living better or wealthier than themselves. Her uncle didn't reveal the truth to avoid potential envy or trouble from others. As a businessman, he knew better than to share too much. In the adult world, comparisons and envy are common. Showing off can often result in fake congratulations and real jealousy. People might say kind words without meaning them, harboring jealousy deep inside. Boasting about wealth satisfies only a momentary vanity and inadvertently gathers resentment from others. As the old saying goes, a wealthy family is envied by thousands. Thus, wealthy families, knowing enough is enough, do not need the world to know. Keeping financial status private is not just modesty, but also a strategy for self-protection. Those who truly understand life embody humility, which keeps the family prosperous and peaceful for a long time. 2. Family conflicts. Keep them private. It's easy to fall in love, but living together can be challenging. Between spouses, to sustain long-lasting happiness, many things are better left unsaid. Japanese author Tsuneko Nakamura, after marrying, noticed many of her husband's bad habits. Her husband enjoyed drinking and frequently invited guests over without considering the cost, which significantly affected their finances. Yet, Tsuneko never complained about her husband to others. Instead, she chose to see his good qualities. Although he liked to drink, he never got overly drunk, and despite not being thrifty, he was generous and sincere. By seeing things from a different perspective, she felt more relaxed, and their relationship became much more comfortable. In marriage, conflicts are inevitable. Wise couples know that disagreements should be kept behind closed doors. Once outside, they maintain each other's dignity. A happy marriage is not about finding a perfect partner, but about love and forgiveness. Controlling what we say can prevent careless words that hurt others and damage relationships. The wiser one is, the more they understand the principle of staying low-key. There's no need to show off to others. Focus on your own world and enjoy life peacefully. 13. Lessons from GUZI, 3 Things to Watch Your Words. GUZI was one of Laozi's most talented disciples, known posthumously as a master strategist during the spring and autumn period. He was actually named Wang Shu, but chose the moniker GUZI after retreating to live in a cave. GUZI's teachings often impart profound philosophical life lessons that remain relevant despite the passage of time. Among these teachings, one stands out as particularly crucial. No matter how close you are to someone, there are 3 things you should never discuss carelessly to protect your relationships. 1. Do not discuss others' family matters. Everyone's family has its own unique story, complete with joys and sorrows that outsiders can't fully understand. While someone's life might appear perfect from the outside, there could be much more beneath the surface. Private family matters are sensitive, and discussing them can be disrespectful and potentially harmful, even among close friends or relatives. Respecting these boundaries is essential for maintaining good, long-lasting relationships. Therefore, learn to keep things to yourself and respect others, which in turn will earn you respect. Sharing too much can make others uncomfortable and might even show you as gossipy. 2. Avoid sharing your family's dirty laundry. There's a saying, don't air your dirty laundry in public. While sharing family conflicts with others might feel relieving, it's often not the best move. Bad news travels fast, and sharing such private matters can quickly spread further than intended, sometimes leading to unwanted opinions and advice. This can harm your family's reputation and close relationships if the wrong ears catch wind of the information. Even without malice, misunderstandings can arise, potentially causing unnecessary trouble. 3. Be discreet. About your successes. Through connections. In today's society, relationships are crucial, especially in business. However, relying solely on connections for success is not a sustainable strategy. While it's okay to seek help through your network, don't treat these achievements as bragging rights. Such behavior can arouse envy and decrease your credibility. Treat any help you receive as fortunate but remain humble. Oversharing can make you appear as someone who exploits others and is lazy, casting doubt on your abilities. In conclusion, even though life is filled with stories we wish to share, remember that what might seem significant to you could be trivial to others. Smart people learn from GUZI's advice early on to avoid many potential disasters. 14. In life, there are 3 pitfalls of greed you should avoid. The wise often say, greed is like a fire. If not extinguished timely, it can consume an entire forest. It is also like water. If not controlled, it can become a flood and destroy everything in its path. You know, human ambition is endless, and if not managed, it will only grow and eventually engulf everything, including ourselves. Intelligent people who understand life know there are 3 things they shouldn't covet because knowing when to stop can make life more liberated. 1. Chasing fame. Most of us pursue success and status to gain recognition from others, which is not wrong. However, many reverse the order of these goals. In reality, personal development should be the primary aim, not fame or reputation. True fame should be tied to genuine ability and valuable contributions. Otherwise, what we achieve is merely illusory fame. As Mencius said, if you don't achieve what you expect after doing something, you should examine yourself. If your words and actions are correct, eventually, those around you will agree. In today's workplaces, many titles sound impressive but lack real power. Moreover, for many ordinary people, fame doesn't bring much benefit. So, instead of seeking fame, we should pursue real value for ourselves. 2. Desiring comfort. Those who desire a life of ease dare to dream but not to act. Stagnation makes them want to remain static. But if you indulge yourself and stay in your comfort zone, enjoying comfort every day, you won't be able to cope when a crisis hits. The greatest fear is losing the will to fight and the spirit to dare to act within one's own comfort zone. Facing ease, you may rest, but you must not cling to it or hold on to it. Without effort, that comfort zone will destroy your future. Stay persistent, because it's only after enduring hardship that people can truly appreciate the sweetness of happiness. 3. Seeking minor gains. Small profits won't make a person wealthy, but losing trust and respect over them can ruin someone's future. Famous Chinese writer Zhang Heng believed that a person who obsesses over small amounts of money cannot control themselves against bigger mistakes. Those with a broader vision won't waste future opportunities for a slight immediate gain. When Chinese real estate magnate Feng Lun graduated, a businessman friend asked him to research market conditions. Although the friend insisted on paying him, Feng Lun refused, saying, "It's just a little effort, and we are friends. No need to be so formal." This businessman appreciated Feng Lun's attitude, collaborated with him, and helped him enter the investment field, eventually leading the industry. Beijing Normal University professor and writer Yu Dan once said that 99% of people in the world are greedy for small sums and suffer significant losses, while the victors usually come from the remaining 1%. Nothing is free in this world. Every gift is repaid in one way or another. Seeking no small profits and not being greedy is a form of cultivation for one's future. 15. 13 phrases to remember for smarter communication. Psychology experts believe that if you use these 13 phrases every day, your emotional intelligence, EQ, will be higher than most people. Emotional intelligence is the ability to identify and understand emotions, both your own and those of others. Research has shown that this is a rare and valuable asset. Emotional intelligence can help you build and strengthen relationships, soothe conflicts, and generally improve job satisfaction. Psychologists have found that using these 13 phrases daily can enhance your EQ. 1. Can you tell me more about that? People who lack self-awareness only care about their own thoughts and opinions. However, emotionally intelligent people value others' feelings and what they say. This approach encourages people to talk about their emotions and experiences and uses their feedback as a learning opportunity. 2. I understand you. Saying this to someone creates a cooperative environment and fosters good social relations. Similar phrases like, "I get what you mean," and "I see where you're going with this," show that you're truly listening and open communication channels. 3. I see what you're saying, but this phrase highlights another important aspect of emotional intelligence: handling difficult situations tactfully. If you disagree with someone, express it skillfully without being confrontational. 4. How do you feel about that? To make people feel recognized and respected, pay attention and take the time to empathize with them. When you listen, try to put yourself in their shoes actively and meaningfully. 5. I'm not sure what's going on. Can you explain it to me? This phrase shows you acknowledge someone is facing a problem, and instead of reacting negatively, you invite them to share their thoughts. Other options like, can you clarify that for me? Or, what I'm hearing is that correct? Are similar. 6. What do you mean by that? When you ask someone to clarify something, you are looking for them to explain it differently or provide more information for better understanding. 7. Well done. Showing appreciation can be very meaningful. It acknowledges others' efforts and achievements. When you compliment someone, you instantly create positive feelings. Saying, I appreciate you, makes others feel warmly towards you. 8. We both have strengths and weaknesses. Let's see how we can work effectively together. This phrase can diplomatically address tricky issues by recognizing different individual perspectives. Encouraging people to share their concerns makes it easier to address underlying issues. Research shows that conflict resolution is a trait of high emotional intelligence. 9. I value your contribution to this issue. This and similar phrases like, may I get some advice from you? Or, would you mind if I ask for more information? Are wonderful. You're allowing others to feel proud of themselves, which positively affects how they think of you. 10. This makes me feel worried/confused/upset. Emotionally intelligent people focus on the overall situation rather than the problem source. This way, you avoid blaming someone or putting them on the defensive. Instead, you're explaining your feelings about what happened, which helps avoid group tension. 11. This is how I feel. Being emotionally intelligent involves connecting with your own emotions. This self-awareness lets you better share your feelings and impressions with others, making them feel closer to you and encouraging them to do the same. 12. I'm sorry. Humility is very common in people with high EQ. Don't hesitate to say, I'm sorry. When you make a mistake, acknowledge it and sincerely apologize to those who deserve it. 13. Thank you. Never forget the magic words you were taught as a child. Please, thank you, and you're welcome are always appreciated. According to research, common courtesy isn't as common anymore. Being polite is not only a sign of high emotional intelligence, but also a way to show respect for others. 16. Smart ways to handle invasive questions about your salary. When asked about your salary, it's wise to handle the question using the following 2 methods. Discussing one's income is a private matter, and tactful people will not casually ask about it, nor will wise individuals freely boast about theirs. However, some people might pry, especially during holidays or family gatherings, which can make anyone uncomfortable. But looking at it from another angle, such situations can also be seen as opportunities to test and develop your emotional intelligence, EQ. Revealing your exact salary can expose your financial situation. If it's low, others may look down on you. If it's high, it may provoke jealousy and greed, making it seem there's no right answer. But no worries, if you learn these 2 methods, you can tactfully avoid answering such intrusive questions. 1. Don't disclose exact figures, just say enough to get by. If you give an exact number, people will mentally categorize you as either high or low, neither of which is beneficial. For some professions, disclosing your income can cause unnecessary competition or hassle. Smart individuals never reveal exact figures. They may act pitiful to make the inquirer back off. A friend of mine, for example, simply responds to prying family members by claiming that his salary is just average for city living, which deters further questions and any intentions to borrow money. 2. Answer vaguely, providing only approximate numbers. Often those who inquire about your salary are just looking for trouble or a point of comparison. You don't need to respond with details. A vague answer like, "It's going okay," suffices. This approach not only diverts the question but also maintains dignity for both parties. If someone persists, flipping the question by asking to borrow money from them usually stops them in their tracks. In conclusion, never exaggerate your income to avoid potential debtors. And don't be too honest, since others may not truly care about your well-being but just want to manipulate you. In crucial moments, appearing a bit miserable can prevent further inquiries about finances. Remember, it's best to silently prosper and live for yourself, ignoring others' opinions. That's the true meaning of life. 17. 5 traits of prosperity. Signs of a man destined for success and leadership. Here are 5 favorable traits of a man destined for great leadership and prosperity. Having even one can signify more wealth and success than others. 1. Square face. A man with a square face is seen as distinguished and likely to achieve great career success. These individuals are ambitious and always strive to advance in their work, leading to open opportunities and high-ranking positions. They are typically calm, kind-hearted, and honest. Their caring nature makes them great life partners who will provide and protect their family, ensuring a loving and secure home. 2. Full, large nose. In face reading, a man's nose represents his financial and career prospects. A full and large nose suggests a life of wealth and comfort. Men with this feature are thought to have a flourishing financial path with a prosperous life, ensuring their needs and those of their loved ones are easily met. 3. Large, thick ears. Large, thick ears on a man indicate intelligence, deep knowledge, and creativity. Such features are common among leaders and entrepreneurs, suggesting these men are adept at finding and leveraging opportunities for career growth and can provide a stable and joyful life for their partners. 4. High, broad forehead. A man with a high and broad forehead is considered highly intelligent and skilled. This trait is associated with keen observation, rich imagination, and sharp thinking, which contributes to their success and career advancement. They are also trusted and respected for their integrity and ability, leading to prosperous careers, whether in employment or business. Marrying such a man often leads to a financially stable and happy life. 5. Large hands. Large hands on a man are a sign of distinguished traits and having influential allies. These men are resilient and fully committed to their family duties. They excel in making a living and caring for their family's well-being, leading to a very fulfilling life. If you find these stories inspiring and they motivate you to take action, please comment 9. If not, comment 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Thank you for your valuable time.